Inside the academy's dueling pit, Haruto Kurogane knelt broken as the heir of House Takeda charged the final spell.
Stay down, coreless trash. Your decade of suffering ends here.
But before the spell struck, a pillar of void black energy erupted from Haruto's body, silencing the arena. A golden system window blazed to life beside him, SSS-Rank.
Is this all you had, Yamato?
He moved faster than sight. One breath, one strike, Yamato's spell shattered, and the bully crashed onto his back.
Impossible. Your core was broken. You are nothing.
From the stands, 3 students gawked, Akane with her hand over her mouth, Shiori blushing as she clutched her notebook, and Mio narrowing her eyes. In a high window, Headmaster Kyoichi watched. His lips curled into a slow, cold smile.
How intriguing. Report to my office at dawn. Haruto Kurogane. We have an evaluation to conduct.
Haruto retreated to his cramped dormitory, locking the door behind him. The headmaster's evaluation loomed like a death sentence. His status window flickered, updating with a cruel restriction. SSS-Rank absolute null, sealed. Time remaining, 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds.
1 entire day without this power. If the headmaster tests me at dawn, I won't survive.
A secondary alert chimed, dragging up a file the system had classified as Level 0 restricted. The file icon materialized, a shattered golden core, labeled Core Breach Incident. It bore his own registry code. Haruto tapped it, and the room's light dimmed as decades-old data unraveled.
This is my core being shattered?
Static flooded the display, but through the distortion, a night 17 years ago replayed. A stone altar emerged from the noise, a baby swaddled in white, and a robed figure with glowing hands. The playback continued, and Haruto's eyes burned with the need for answers. The static cleared. Headmaster Kyoichi's younger face stared down at the infant, his palm pressing into the baby's chest. A screamless crack split the air as the core shattered into golden dust, condemning the child to a decade of weakness. 3 shadowy figures ringed the altar, their noble crests half hidden, nodding in grim approval. In the background, a young man and woman, Haruto's parents, reached out before being dragged into blackness.
They killed them, all of them, and left me to rot in this academy.
His fist struck the desk, splintering the wood. The system window flickered, but the countdown didn't change.
That evaluation isn't a test. It's an execution.
The timer read 22 hours, 14 minutes, and 7 seconds. Dawn was less than 6 hours away.
I won't run. I'll find a way to make sure the entire council sees what he did.
But for that, he needed a witness. Someone willing to go against the headmaster's word. Haruto slipped into the 3rd-floor hallway, every shadow seeming to breathe. The silence pressed tighter than the duel had. A blade whistled from the dark. Not a challenge, but an assassination. The cloaked agent appeared from behind a pillar. Haruto twisted, letting the edge skim his sleeve. No void black pillar answered. Only a flicker of raw, untrained mana.
So the headmaster wants proof my SSS rank is inactive right now.
The agent withdrew, melting back into the shadows without a word. A test, not a murder.
He'll grow bolder now that he thinks I am defenseless. Dawn will be a bloodbath unless I act.
His thoughts snapped to one name, Sakura, the childhood friend who stopped speaking 3 years ago.
She's A rank. The council respects her family. If she speaks, they might listen.
He turned toward the east wing, toward Sakura's dorm. Dawn was still hours away, but every cold step mattered. He didn't know if she'd help. He only knew that without her, the evaluation chamber would be his grave. Minutes later, they stood on the moonlit rooftop, the silence heavier than the 3 years since she last spoke his name.
What do you want, Haruto? We have nothing to say.
Haruto extended a worn photograph. 2 children laughed in a sunlit field, chasing the wind.
We did once. What changed?
Sakura's fingers trembled, the mask cracked, and tears carved lines down her cheeks.
My father. The headmaster threatened our family. He told me to abandon you, or our house would fall.
I didn't come for your guilt. At dawn, the headmaster will kill me. I need you to bring the council.
He told you that? Number, I can do it. I'll bring them. My father owes me this.
Haruto spun away. The deal was made, but it wasn't forgiveness.
Use her guilt. That's all this is. I won't trust her again.
Haruto strode to the restricted archive, its iron-bound door groaning open. Inside, lamplight flickered over thousands of forbidden scrolls. Shiori stood frozen among the stacks, clutching a leather folio to her chest as he approached.
You are the one from the duel. I don't. I am not supposed to let anyone back here.
I need records on core-shattering rituals 17 years ago. Can you find them?
She nodded, fingers flying over shelf markers. In minutes, a brittle parchment surfaced, adorned with the same shattered core diagram. The document bore the headmaster's seal and a warning. Forbidden knowledge, authorized by the 3 pillars. A soft shuffle echoed behind a shelf. Haruto's eyes slid sideways. Mio's golden ponytail vanished into shadow.
Perfect. A spy I can use. Let's feed the headmaster what he wants to hear.
Raising his voice, Haruto turned to Shiori.
Shiori, don't worry. I'll flee through the east gate at dawn. Once I am gone, he can't touch me.
Mio rushed to the headmaster's office, her heels clicking a triumphant rhythm. She found him by candlelight.
Headmaster, the coreless fool plans to flee through the east gate at dawn. I heard him myself.
Flee? He won't get the chance. Seal the evaluation chamber with triple barriers. I'll enjoy breaking him.
In his dormitory, Haruto knelt by his desk, manipulating a dense cluster of system code.
One projection spike keyed to the evaluation room's mana. When it triggers, the memory plays everywhere.
A chime sounded, and the system window flashed with a final status: projection protocol ready. Trigger, mana, disruption within sealed space. He scratched a coded note on scrap paper, then sealed it with a drop of wax.
Sakura will bring them to the evaluation chamber, not the east gate.
He slid the note under her door and vanished into the shadows. The die was cast. First light bled through the academy windows as Haruto walked the silent corridor toward the evaluation chamber.
Ah, Haruto. Right on time for your evaluation. The academy is eager to measure your improvement.
He raised a hand, and the heavy stone doors slammed shut, triple barriers shimmering into existence.
Go ahead, drop the act. I've known since last night what this really is.
Then you know. You should have stayed broken. A failed core is only good for disposal.
Crimson energy coiled up his arms, the forbidden spell charging with a scream of condensing mana.
Just a few more seconds. The spike is primed.
The chamber's runes flared blood red, feeding the headmaster's spell as it coalesced into a lethal bolt.
As you lived, Kurogane, a coreless footnote.
The bolt roared across the chamber, and Haruto's hand closed around the hidden artifact, his only shield. A thin barrier erupted from the charm, deflecting the crimson bolt into the stone wall with a deafening crack.
17 years ago, you shattered something fragile, a baby's core. Remember?
You know? How could you?
The headmaster's face twisted with fury. All pretense burned away as he began weaving a far deadlier spell.
It doesn't matter. You'll die here, and that memory dies with you. Crimson annihilation.
The room's runes shrieked as forbidden energy condensed into a swirling maelstrom of sheer annihilation.
He took the bait. The spike will trigger off this level of mana disruption. Perfect.
A tiny formation spike slipped into his palm, its tip already glowing with encoded memory data from the archives. He let the headmaster see him cornered, let him taste the impending kill, and then he grinned.
Trigger.
The spike detonated, flooding the chamber with the memory of a baby's core shattering under the headmaster's hands.
Turn that off. It's a fake, a forgery.
The sealed doors cracked, then shattered inward. Council chairmen and nobles, led by Sakura and Shiori.
What is the meaning of this, Headmaster? What have you done?
The headmaster threw a violent dispel, but the void black projection devoured his spell like ink swallowing flame.
That's him. He killed Haruto's parents and broke his core 17 years ago. I was forced to stay silent.
You traitorous wretch. You were nothing before me.
The 3 pillars authorized it. I have the Forbidden Scrolls. This wasn't just a rogue act.
Enough. Headmaster Kyoichi, you are suspended pending full council investigation. Seize him.
The headmaster's plot lay in ruins, but his eyes still burned with fury. The council's verdict was far from certain.
This is a fabrication. That projection is a fiction created by a broken core.
Haruto pulled the forbidden scroll from his coat, unrolling the ancient parchment before the council.
This scroll bears his seal and the 3 pillars authorization. The ritual is documented here, word for word.
A forgery. Anyone could fake a seal. You have no authority over me.
Then use a truth-sealing spell. Let the council hear his answer under oath.
So be it, Headmaster Kyoichi. You will submit to the truth crystal.
The chairman crushed the crystal, and a ring of binding light wrapped around the headmaster's throat. His veins pulsed black as the spell took hold, each lie now a lash against his mind.
Now tell them, who ordered you to break my core?
The headmaster's jaw locked, sweat beating down his face. The truth burned, but he still fought. The truth crystal blazed white hot. With a choked gasp, the headmaster's resistance shattered.
Takeda, Fujiwara, Minamoto. The 3 pillars ordered it.
Great houses. All 3? What madness drove them to this?
Why a baby's core? What were they afraid of?
The prophecy. A void child born to end their rule. They would rather kill a god than lose power.
He collapsed to his knees, the spell dragging every last secret from his lips. Like broken glass, a ripple of unease spread through the council. Some nobles shifted, their faces pale at the revelation.
They will burn the kingdom if the void child lives. They always planned to finish you.
So this was never just about me. The entire kingdom's rot reaches into the council itself.
The chairman raised his gavel, his voice strained. The trial had just become a crossroad for the kingdom. The council fractured. One faction shouted for immediate execution. Another warned the 3 pillars would bury them all.
Without unity, we are paralyzed. We need evidence even the houses cannot deny.
Then watch.
A system chime sounded inside Haruto's mind. The timer ticked to 0 hours, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds. SSS-Rank absolute null, unsealed. From his core, a void black pillar exploded upward, cracking the marble floor and rattling the grand chandeliers. Council members threw up their hands against the blinding dark light, their protests dying in their throats.
This is the Void Child's power. The prophecy the 3 pillars tried to murder. Do you still question it?
Lower your aura, Kurogain. The council will convene a full tribunal. The 3 pillars will answer for this atrocity.
The pillar collapsed into him, leaving the chamber silent except for the headmaster's ragged breaths.
The council finally moves, but I know the houses won't go quietly. This is only the first strike.
Headmaster Kyoichi, you are stripped of all authority. The investigation will expose every house that dared this treason.
You think chains can hold me? I'll drag every last one of you into oblivion.
Binding spells coiled around him, but he tore through them, weaving a final forbidden art.
Absolute null.
The spell screamed toward the council, but the void swallowed it whole. Light, sound, and destructive intent erased. The headmaster collapsed, writhing, his mana core disrupted. No more tricks left.
You should have stayed broken, like you told me.
The council sat in stunned silence. Even their strongest seals had been useless against the headmaster's suicide spell, yet this boy had erased it.
Take this monster to the Black Dungeon. The tribunal will root out every collaborator.
The public trial is done. But the real war with the 3 pillars starts now.
A deep warmth bloomed in Haruto's chest. The system window materialized unbidden, golden light pouring from it, core restored, limit break unlocked. The golden energy swept through him, mending the last phantom fractures of 17 years in a single wave.
So this is what it feels like to be whole.
By the authority of the Noble Council, houses Takeda, Fujiwara, and Minamoto are hereby dissolved, their names stricken from the record.
On the Academy's outer wall, 3 noble crests cracked simultaneously, crumbling to dust. The rubble drifted down like dying embers, leaving blank stone where symbols of terror once ruled.
Not just revenge. I am unshackled. My path is my own now. But Sakura. She'll expect something now. I didn't make this deal for reconciliation.
The Academy stood silent under a sky cleared of old shadows, but the next battle was already forming. The heavy council doors closed behind him. Haruto's footsteps echoed alone down the stone corridor.
Haruto, wait, please.
He stopped but didn't turn. His silence was a wall colder than any spell.
I don't ask for forgiveness. I know I was a coward. But give me a chance to prove I can be better. I should have found a way to warn you. Instead, I abandoned you. Every day, I hated myself.
3 years. A single note would have changed everything. But she chose silence.
I carried our photo every day. I never stopped believing you could break free. But I am too late, aren't I?
Haruto's head turned just enough for her to see the unmoved line of his jaw. No crack, no warmth. Without a word, he turned his back and resumed his stride. His footsteps faded, each one a verdict.
She made her choice. So did I.
Haruto emerged from the council wing into the sunlit courtyard. The gathered students parted like water before a prow.
You were incredible. You brought down the headmaster and exposed the 3 pillars.
I compiled the archive data into a crystal for the tribunal.
He took the crystal without a word, then raised his voice so the entire yard could hear.
The strong decide. I will not be weak again.
An uneasy silence gripped the crowd. Then, scattered applause broke out, forced and fearful.
He is even more dangerous now. I must report this to my real master.
Haruto's gaze flicked to the pillar where she hid, but he walked on, dismissing her like a shadow.
This academy is just the beginning. The real enemy is still hidden.
The path ahead lay wide open, but the Academy's new monster walked it alone. That night, in the sealed archives, a shadow slipped past the warding seals. Mio, with a stolen clearance crystal. She rifled through the prophecy section, her fingers closing on the original scroll Haruto had used.
The original is in my hand. You are holding a decoy.
Hey, Kurogain. I was just researching for the tribunal.
Spare me. I've let you play spy because it suited me. Now listen. Tell your real master these exact words. The Void Child sends his regards.
The decoy slipped from her fingers, cracking against the stone floor.
She'll run to him, and then I'll know who else hides in the shadows.
Mio didn't waste a breath. She fled into the night, her footsteps erasing the silence she'd broken. The Academy's monster smiled in the dark, the next hunt already forming in his mind. Haruto strode through the ghost-haunted halls of the fallen Takeda estate. Yamato knelt among debris, the terror of a fallen bully raw in his eyes.
Kurogain, please, I'll serve you. I'll do anything. Just don't kill me.
You shattered my arm in the courtyard, left me bleeding in the rain. Every scar is a ledger. Now you'll live with nothing. No land, no title, no servants. Every friend will abandon you, just like I did.
Yamato collapsed, sobbing into the dust as Haruto's back turned.
The coward finally broke.
A system chime echoed through his mind, the golden window unfolding with a new directive. World Quest, expose the royal conspiracy. Haruto stood on the rooftop, the World Quest hovering beside him, its words a promise of war. Beyond the academy walls, a shadow far older than the headmaster began to stir. Sakura packed a single trunk in her dim dormitory. The childhood photo resting on top, she slipped out through the back gate without a backward glance. her A-rank badge left behind on the windowsill. Shiori watched from the gatehouse, then hurried through the corridors to the rooftop where Haruto stood.
Sakura left this for you, she said. It contains everything she never told you.
Haruto's eyes traced the ink. Apologies, memories, a promise to let him go. Not one sentence asked for forgiveness.
The past is ash.
With a whisper of void black flame, the letter crumbled to nothing in his palm. He watched the sun bleed crimson over the academy, the same color as his awakening.
Whatever strength I need now, it won't come from her memory.
The world quest glowed beside him, a second sun, and Haruto Kurogane turned his back on yesterday. Haruto's dormitory became a war room. Scrolls on prophecy, core-breaking rituals, and royal bloodlines piled high. Shiori organized his notes into ledgers, often drifting asleep at the desk before dawn. Akane drilled under his cold stare, her fire magic blasting training dummies to cinders. His desk now held a kingdom map marked with the remains of the fallen houses. Each night, the world quest pulsed like a heartbeat, counting toward an unknown reckoning. In a throne room older than memory, a dark mirror rippled and a figure leaned forward. The glass showed Haruto's face, sharp, unknowing, his crimson eyes fixed on his work. The observer's voice was a dry echo. So the Void Child awakens. Miles away, Haruto scowled at the sudden chill, then focused again on the world quest. In the palace, the mirror turned black. The hunt had only just begun. Dawn spilled over the academy rooftop, turning the sky rose and gold. Haruto stood at the edge, his black coat snapping in the sharp wind. Beside him, the golden system window hummed to life, its surface scrolling with quiet precision, updating his status. SSS-Rank, Limit Break, Stage 1. Progress, 12.4%. From his core, a void black aura pulsed outward, controlled yet heavy enough to press the air and silence the birds. He ran a hand through his spiky hair, the smirk returning to his lips, one eyebrow raised. His crimson eyes caught the sunrise, reflecting it as red fire, two embers in the calm. The world quest hovered to his left, but he paid it no mind, already planning his next move. He had killed his past, toppled the pillars, and now only the future mattered, a future he would shape. The screen began to darken, the image of the academy fading into shadow, his silhouette the last to vanish. And through the black, a voice whispered like a forgotten promise, to be continued.